Hi. Let's like finish this game, man. Determination to defeat the mastermind. It's strange to be confronted with his death. And hold on. Do one of these. I gotta get my Streamlabs open. It's strange to be confronted with his death and suddenly feel this way. Couldn't care less if my father had found happiness.
Why?
So why is it? Why does it bother me so much to know how he suffered? It's ridiculous, there's just no understanding it, I guess. Let out a small laugh as she said it. But her smile was filled with sorrow.
Whew.
So that's it for my rambling. Still much to do before I can consider my task complete. Yeah, you're right.
Hey.
But keep this in mind. There's only ever one absolute truth. Whether the truth serves justice or suffering. Whether it's the greatest truth or the worst. What do you mean?
Makoto.
Even if the truth you uncovered is filled with hopelessness? You're still gonna give up hope? Absolutely not, because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know? Indeed. Sorry if that was strange.
So then...
Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the last trial. Later, skater. Leaving behind the final farewell, Kyoko was gone. Better get going myself. I got the DVD from Kyoko. Headed to the AV room to check it out. Kyoko said something about hopeless truth. No matter what happens, I won't lose hope. Even if it's the worst truth in the world, I just can't afford to lose. We will be doing 0 hour no whatever games. I believe it's the first two. 999 and whatever the other one is. I don't really know. I thought it was just one of them, and I saw some people saying it was two of them, so I have no idea. Keep the visual novels coming, man. I wanted to do Paradise Killer too, but also I don't have room. My abattoir is completely full. That's not the right way, man. Right here, man. Do. If you would. Should be able to play DVDs just fine, but when... Well then, I better take a look. The DVD Kyoko gave to me and put in the player. Said that it was playing, but nothing appeared on screen. Stared into the black of the monitor. Must have only been a few seconds. But to me it felt like an eternity. And then all of a sudden, an image appeared. Sayaka. Dan dan dan. My total surprise, I hadn't seen Sayaka in who knows how long. There she was. How long have they been inside this thing at school? I thought it was like 3 weeks.
Okay then, are you ready to begin?
Voice I heard was of the man positioned on the side of the screen. It was the voice of a middle-aged man. I know I've been off this topic for like a minute now, but like, so after we finish this game, typically I'm playing 4 games at a time on the channel. Midnight, I don't do midnight anymore. So I have all my schedules in Eastern time. So it was midnight, 4:30 a.m., 9 a.m., noon, 4:30, 9. But I don't do midnight anymore typically, unless we do something for Sagi. But 4:30 is empty right now too. So when we finish Danganronpa, it's 0 hour. 4:30 can be whatever. Noon is Splunky, but I'm gonna be eating Splunky after we kill Tiamat. Not Tiamat. Hundun. Once. Which should probably be soon. And replacing that with, I forget what it was. Oh, we'll be doing the Lost Judgment DLC. And then probably doing, Borderlands, maybe? They come out the same day, so I'm not really sure what I'm doing with that. Splunky isn't going anywhere. And Elden Ring's good until, like, middle of May, as of right now. Today is the 18th, it's St. Patty's Day of March. So, I can add a 4:30, but I need to figure out what I want to do. I would love to do Paradise Killer. But I don't even know if it's narrated or not. I don't mind reading, but I don't want to be reading Zero Time, or Zero, yeah, whatever it is, and that at the same time. Too much visual novels. Voice of a middle-aged man.
I do apologize, but I hope you don't mind if I record our conversation. I'm a
Like,
little
why?
slow, you know. I never really got the hang of taking notes while having a conversation.
Kinda like he was trying to make a joke, but Sayaka's tense face didn't move a single millimeter.
So this video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute. It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much.
I'm looking forward to doing
Now
the
then,
kayak,
let me get straight to the point.
I forget his name.
There is a
Lost Judgment.
chance that you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
You want me to accept? I guess they don't have a voice actor for you, huh? That's where we never heard your voice. Sayaka was absolutely at a loss for words. Made total sense. Why would you agree to spend the rest of your life in this school? I accept. What?
Thank you. And I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe.
Dude, like, I'm sorry. The music's way too loud. I know it makes the punishments so much quieter, but that's so loud.
As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
Literally, I have my own volume on the minimal setting. As if on cue, that's where the video cut out. It cannot get any lower or I will not have any sound. A lot I hadn't understood up until now. But this, only this, simply couldn't comprehend what I heard. Because I knew how much Sayaka wanted to get out of here. I knew how much she wanted to escape and pursue her dreams with her friends again. She wanted that so bad she tried to frame me for murder? So why? Why would she say yes to living here for the rest of her life? As I sat there thinking about it, I noticed a sudden light. On the monitor, the video that I thought was finished flashed back on screen. My eyes darted back to the screen. And if I was confused before, but something next pushed me right over the edge. Is it Funko? It's me. Huh? What I saw was me. Possibly, undeniably me.
So, Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation.
Yes.
Me and the headmaster were looking at each other. He and I were having what seemed like a fairly normal conversation. You don't say yes like that, my man. But the I in the here and now, had absolutely no memory of it. I had no memory of even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down to talk to him like this.
Now, shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Yes.
This can't be real. I said yes.
I'm sorry I'm putting you through all this.
Well, I mean, we don't have much of a choice, do we?
But I promise that as long as you're in this school, I will do everything I can to protect you. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, that's the very least I can do for you.
Once again, the video got cut. From here, the video repeats the same scene again and again with the others. Byakuya. Toko. Oi. Or Hina. Sorry. Everyone. They all said that they agreed to live in the school forever. Only the ones that are still alive? Or... And then... Kyoko. Her interview with him had been recorded just as clearly. Without a doubt, she had met him. She sat down with her headmaster of Hope Peace Academy, her father. And when he asked her his questions, she answered the same as everyone else. She accepted the life within the school. Just as Kyoko's interview was wrapping up, the monitor suddenly went black. Huh? It wasn't just a monitor, the DVD player itself that's apparently turned off. Which of course meant the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened?
Say what?
Oopsie, looks like it broke out of service. What? It just so happened to break just now?
Too bad.
Now then when doesn't matter. Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right? Failure in my butt, you cut the power on purpose. Well, whatever. Even if I watch the whole thing, I'll just be more of the same. Just be more of the same. Ask the same question, they all say yes. Couldn't help myself but let out a huge exasperated sigh, but as I did, I remembered something.
That's right.
I fainted too when I woke up. There was a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At the time I had forgotten. Couldn't remember why I had come into the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey,
Brain, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance, seems much too convenient. A convenient outcome. Something that seemed to obviously work in favor of the mastermind. Does that mean I've lost my memory too? What about the others? Have we all forgotten? Or... Interview DVD has been added to the handbook. Oh, we're going to the court case, baby! I have no idea how long this is, by the way. We're gonna be here for an hour or 7.
For anything that has a start, there has to be an end. And if the end comes, then that means it's time for a fresh start. There is no night that doesn't have a dawn. Although that dawn is totally pitch black. There is no storm that won't eventually end. Of course, then that leads to drought. But as I said, every end is the promise of a new beginning. Which is why I'm sure we'll get to meet again, because the end is only the beginning. Anyway, let's get started. The beginning of the end of the class trial. Everyone gather once again at you know where.
It's about to begin again. Class trial is going to start. The final class trial. Last time all of our lives will be on the line. Last time hope and despair are on the line. I don't have a choice, I have to do this. Okay then, this is the end. Like, I'm still just like, in the middle of class 4, or chapter 4 or whatever, we go, this is the halfway point of the game, or chapter 5, I don't remember. Almost really somewhere in the middle of chapter 4, during the class trial. You're at the halfway point, we're in chapter 6, so like, is there 2 more chapters? I really don't think so, but I know they're a bit longer of a chapter. It's on the first one this time. You're early, Makoto. We did stop reading every single stinking inspect.
listen.
Does that mean you feel prepared? Yeah, for now at least. But where's everyone else? Why aren't they here yet?
However,
Don't worry, I'm sure they'll be here soon. And just like she said, everyone's piling in. Byakuya. Byakuya? They arrived one after another, but they were all in the same state of shock. Hina? Hero? Silence. And it wasn't any normal silence. It was definitely silence of fear and suspicion. It was like the first class trial.
You called for me and so I appear. Genocide!
What?
Oh, I'm on fire!
Strong silent master is so wonderful, so cool, so hot, my loins are ablaze.
Yes!
No, listen, everything will be just fine if you leave it to me.
My beautiful
With my sharp scissors in hand, I'll stab and gouge and shave the master of evil. I thought you couldn't kill anyone but adorable little boys. If it's what master wants, it could be a boy or girl or anything in between. I can handle it. Okay, good job. Where am I? No human language can describe the disappointment I'm feeling right now. Everyone here, oh, and wearing our gloomy guy faces, I see.
Well now.
Gloomy Gus. Let's begin.
Chills,
The final
chills,
class trial is going to be
chills.
slathered in pitch black despair, climaxium sorrow.
That's fine.
You're right, this is a final class trial, and this time it'll be fair. What do you mean this time? Stop with all the slander, I'm a bear in good standing, you know. If there was a Mr. Fair Guy Universe contest, I'd take home the tiara every year. I'm gonna win this game with super fair and square.
Today, I'm feeling.
And I'll make sure everyone watching at home knows that despair is mightier than the hope.
Stop talking.
Enough of your tedious drivel, begin the trial already. Sure, let's begin the trial already. I'll be waiting for you down below.
You guys.
Don't try and run away. Laughing as loud as ever, Monokuma disappeared. Whatever.
In the name of my
This will be over in no time. Inexplicable confidence by Akoya was the first into the elevator. One by one, the others followed. Nobody made eye contact, nobody said a word, they just disappeared into the elevator. They're all acting odd. Like they're paranoid suspicious of each other.
However,
But you know why that is, don't you? Yeah, I think so.
however.
Well, you can tell us about it soon. At the class trial. You're right, I'm ready.
So,
Ready to win, right? Of course. Glad to hear you say that. And then Kyoko was aboard the elevator. Started making my way towards the opening. Step after step towards the gaping maw. I resolved this would be the last time. I gotta sneeze, man. No? Go away? I think it went away. Repeated to myself that there was no fear, no mystery left. Pushed the anxiety down, claimed my trembling body. And finally, unsteady legs. I passed the threshold and stood into the elevator. Without warning, I began to descend. Deeper and deeper, 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 deeper still, deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. Deeper and deeper it fell. Closed my eyes and sight fell away. All sound too disappeared. Alone in the universe, I waited for the elevator doors to open for the last time. What could have been seconds or centuries later? Let the gentle vibration of the elevator come to an end. I slowly opened my eyes. This is the final trial site? Why change the stinking class trial area for the last two? What do you think? Isn't it just a perfect background for deciding a person's fate? Long awaited last stage, the always exciting final boss battle. Hoo-hoo-hoo, I'm gonna sit in on this one. I'll just sit right here in the vacant 16th seat. Well then, let's begin. Yeah, give it a save, man. Give it a save, man. We haven't done anything. Alright.
Since this will be the final class trial, I've come up with a special rule. So listen up.
If you can figure out Mukuro's killer and go on to solve the mystery of this school, you guys win! But if you can't, then I win! And of course, waiting for the loser is the super exciting, super heart-pounding punishment!
Are you saying that if you lose, you'll execute yourself?
Yep, sure will.
And that's final? No loopholes? No wiggling out of it later?
Of course not! Bears never go back on their word!
Never mind all that. I just have one question for you.
Oh, you're taking this serious, huh? Are you feeling okay?
Is the mastermind only one person?
Why do you sound so different?
Don't bother. I already know the answer. You're all the mastermind, aren't you? You're all out to get me. I'm right, aren't I? I knew
Okay,
it.
you got taken down a decibel. So we're starting this off by casting away the suspicion. Bro, it's been about a week since I played it. I don't know what places to check are.
Together, haven't you?
No, places to check is the place we had to check. Then it was... Headmaster you booked. Right? And then it was, group photo.
I have evidence, so I know I'm right.
Hey, you stole my line. You're all out to get me. I'm sure of it. I have evidence of my own.
We all have the same picture.
What a coincidence. I too have evidence to present, evidence that proves everyone other than me has been working together.
What? Wait, hold up. This doesn't make any sense. How can the
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. It's a fake picture.
It's not just you three. I have evidence too.
What? You too?
The evidence you're all referring to is this group photo, right?
Well, yeah. Huh? Wait, but mine's different. With the picture you have, I'm in it. But that can't be right. Because in my picture... See? I'm the only one not in it.
Dude, Makoto's dying. Oh, I got him run a stinking mile. Oh, I wanna die, dude.
Let's see it.
Okay, but be careful with it. It's pretty
Oh, I'm
important
gonna
evidence.
freaking die. It's a mile. I mean, again, we can't see Funko, so it's probably Funko. Oh, that's a book back there.
So the secret in these pictures has been revealed.
Secret or whatever, I don't care. You guys are all in on this together. That's why I'm the only one missing.
But you're in my picture. You're the ones trying to trick me.
So the whole purpose behind these photos was to get us questioning and fighting with each other. The mastermind laid a trap to make us each think everyone else was working against us.
Huh? I laid a trap? A trap? How rude! What grounds do you have for such audacious accusations?
Proof I need to reveal Monokama's trap. Each photo has a certain something in common. Connection regarding what person isn't shown in the group photos. The person is the one who got the photos.
I got it! In each case, the only one not in the picture is the person who received it. So, in the picture I got, I'm the only one missing. In the picture Hina got...
Bro, like, you seeing this dude, he's literally dying. Like, Hifumi is like, oh, I can do this. But, like, he's actually dying. He's a mid
And in the picture Hero
breakdown.
got, he's the only one missing.
And they got two
As
things
long
of
as
6
we're talking about
donuts
it,
from
I suppose
Krispy
I
Kreme.
should show you my photo as well.
Again, you can't see Funko's face.
In other words, Monokuma gave each of us a group photo in which that person wasn't included.
And when we each saw our picture, we just assumed everyone else was the enemy.
That wasn't even my first thought, man. My first thought, you can't see Funko's face.
Figured it out, huh?
Yeah, I thought that must be it. But how was that a hint?
More to this than just Monokuma trying to confuse us. Something else that bothers me about everyone's pictures. What is it was digging at me?
Can I see everyone's group photo one more time? It's not directly connected to what we're talking about, but I'd like to double check something.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I'm sure there's something unusual about these group photos. What is it? I need to compare each of them. I don't need to. Bayakoya's picture. Hina's picture. Hira's picture. And mine. Something strange about all of them. Something I can't quite pin down. Something. Group photos, man. I can tell you right now.
About the photo already? Ugh. Trying to trick me with such an obviously fake photo? I'm still pissed about that.
And on top of that, they went to all that trouble to make it look like we were wearing matching uniforms.
Hmm? So you think they're fake?
No.
No, I assure you, they're quite real.
What are you talking about? There's no way.
Yeah! I don't remember ever taking a picture like that. So it's gotta be a fake. I'm sure of it.
But you know, can we really be so sure?
Huh?
Don't get me wrong. I don't remember taking this picture either. But is that really enough to be absolutely positive they're fake?
What do you mean?
The reason to remember the picture isn't necessarily because it's fake. Maybe some other reason. The DVDs, some terrible reason. Unbelievable but entirely horrifying reason. Hangman's Gambit. Amnesia. How do you do this again? Get out of here, S, alright?
Now I understand.
Now
Let's
I
say that
understand.
Somehow, we'd all lost our memories. That could explain it, couldn't it?
Oh, I get it. So we all just lost our memories at the same time and forgot about the photo. Makes sense. As if. You expect me to believe such an unbelievable occult-type story?
Yeah, we all lost our memories? That's just crazy.
Only natural if they wouldn't believe it. No matter how much they refuse, if that's the absolute truth, they have no choice. We can't move forward until they accept it. And there's another way to prove it besides those pictures. Yes.
You're saying we all got spontaneous amnesia? Since when did this turn into some kind of sci-fi fantasy?
I promise you, I haven't lost my memory. Ever since I got to this school, I remember
Everything that's happened.
Everything that's happened.
Those photos aren't the only things that point to the possibility of memory loss. This DVD does the same thing.
You're not gonna show us something indecent, are you?
No, it's nothing like that. It's a video of all of us being interviewed by the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster.
When you say all of us, you mean...
I mean all of us, including you.
You lie! I never did any kind of interview.
You lie.
No, it's not a lie. Just watch the DVD and you'll see for yourself. The headmaster did, in fact, interview you.
You lie.
What are you saying?
I didn't imagine you would remember.
It's not about whether or not I remember. You expect me to believe all this? That I lost my memory somehow?
Well, we don't have any way to refute it, so we have no choice but to accept it as reality.
How can you say that? We're talking about living, breathing amnesia here!
To be honest, I have something else on my mind right now.
Something else?
You said the DVD contains recordings of us being interviewed by the headmaster, right? What were the interviews about?
The headmaster sat each of us down, one at a time, and asked us the same question. He asked us if we could accept the idea of spending the rest of our lives in this school.
What kind of question is that?
And how did we answer?
We'd say no, obviously.
Actually, we all said we could. Even me. I heard myself say yes. I could spend the rest of my life at this school.
Why? Why would you say yes to something like that?
I don't know. I don't remember a thing.
The same goes for everyone else. Nobody remembers. You don't remember choosing to live here forever, or even talking to the headmaster about it at all.
It doesn't matter if I remember or not. Even if I bought the whole amnesia thing, the idea that I would want to live here forever? That's just insane! How can I believe that?
Insane or not, we can't move forward until you accept it. Am I right?
You sure are, 'cause it's all true.
What?
I know it sounds absurd, but if it's the truth, there's nothing we can do about it.
Indeed. We only have one path in front of us.
Then, we really...
Yep, you all totally lost your memory at the same time.
Bro, what the frick? What should I do with my inheritance? Dear Joseph, I'm not Joseph. I didn't know what this email's about. Joseph, you sent it to the wrong email, man.
This is all... making my head hurt.
And this isn't like some normal kind of memory loss. You stole those specific memories from us, didn't you?
Oopsie, you figured that part out too, huh?
Of course. There's no way we would all just happen to get amnesia at the same time.
But how could someone just steal our memories?
How? Come, that hardly matters right now. If I said it was hypnotism, would you believe me? Or we opened up your skulls and messed with your brains? Would you really believe anything I said? How it happened doesn't matter right now.
What matters is
Get it.
figuring out
They
what
didn't know how to do it
memories
either.
you took from us. That's what you're
Had to write it
trying
in.
to say, right?
I knew I could count on you.
The interview with the headmaster, taking that group photo, those can't be the only memories we lost. There must have been a purpose to it all. A reason for taking away our memories.
Of course there was a purpose. It all has to do with the original motive.
The original motive.
You mean the motive you came up with To try and get us to all kill each other?
That has something to do with the memories you stole from us?
It sure does. But that part's still a secret. Anyway, I'm sure it's not easy, but let's all focus on the class trial for the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay, so you want us to figure out who killed her before we do anything else.
So until we do that, well, either way, we have to explain every last remaining mystery. Oh, it was a Bungie, I forgot. So, the only one who killed Mukuro, the true mastermind, that's what we need to expose. Early Twab? Make your argument. Monokuma control room, Mukuro Ukusaba's profile, headmaster's e-handbook. Okay.
So who did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything. That much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, is the mastermind really here in the school?
Of course! They have to
Be here somewhere.
What makes you so sure?
I may have missed. We didn't get a failure hit.
What does make me so sure?
Exactly. You're
Just making stuff up. The mastermind is...
Probably
Okay, that works.
Wrong.
No, that's wrong.
There's no question that the mastermind is somewhere within the school.
How do you know? Did you find some evidence or something?
In the back of the data center, I found a panel that controls Monokuma. The mastermind must have been using that to control him all this time. So there can't be any doubt. The mastermind has been inside the school all along.
There can't be any doubt. In which case, there also can be no doubt that the mastermind is one of us.
What? Why?
Recall what Makoto told us Monokuma said to him earlier.
Sure told you all this already, but the killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. Only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak Academy, Hope's Peak since the killing game began, are those 16 students.
So if the mastermind is in the school, we have to assume it can only be that 16th student.
But how'd they manage to survive all of this?
So we're the only ones here? It's not me! I'm not the mastermind!
Well, it's not me!
I blame Makoto!
What? Why me?
'Cause it's super weird how you're the only one who survived being executed.
Oh, I get it. The only way he could have survived is if he was actually the mastermind himself, right?
Aw, nuts! You got me!
Wait! What are you trying to say?
Everyone, calm down. There's no reason to panic. The mastermind's true identity will become clear soon enough. Just as soon as we find out who killed Mukuro.
That's a good point. Rather than wasting time bickering, we should put our minds to work solving this mystery.
Yeah, well, how much time have we already spent talking about the murder?
He's right. What more is there to talk about?
If you want something to talk about, I think there might be one thing. We haven't fully established what Mukuro's fatal injury was.
It was a stabbing here in the first week.
But I thought we figured that out. She died when she got hit in the back of the head.
No, that isn't actually what killed her. It was something entirely different. Wouldn't you agree, Makoto?
Mukuro's actual case of death must have been from the stab wound. No, I mean the other slashes, but the stab wound from not the one that happened.
I got it!
Okay.
All of the wounds covering her body. That's what really killed her.
Hey, now hold on a second. You did read the Monokuma file, right?
Body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old.
It made it pretty clear. Those wounds were made at least a few days ago. So they can't possibly be what killed her.
Consider this. What if the murder itself took place at least a few days ago?
What?
What if, when we discovered her body, she'd already been dead for several days? If that's true, then naturally the wounds that killed her would appear to be however many days old.
That doesn't make any sense. Because she had all those wounds before she ever came here.
Huh? How do you know that?
Isn't it obvious? She was the ultimate soldier, right? So that means, you know...
You're wrong.
She denied me. Before I could even say anything. Come on. I mean, you think I'm not weird, okay? At least listen to what I have to say before you deny me.
You're so sure we're gonna deny you? Why bother saying in the first place? Make your argument. Group photo, interview, DVD, Mukuro, Ikusaba profile, Master's e-handbook. This would be the profile? Listen though.
Mukuro was the ultimate soldier. She must have been in 100 different battles. So, when you think about it, obviously, she got all...
No, that's wrong.
No, that's
No.
wrong.
Mukuro didn't suffer those wounds in battle. The file we found in the headmaster's room said as much. Despite the time she spent in battle after battle as a member of Fenrir, when she entered this school, she hadn't sustained a single injury.
To be denied so completely... Actually, it's kind of refreshing.
I've denied you this entire time.
Maybe it's because of all of Master's training.
You've been wrong every time.
Anyway, so we can be sure that Mukuro suffered all those wounds after coming to this school. In which case, they could be the very thing that killed her.
As a matter of fact, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. When examining her body, I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead.
Unless anyone has any better suggestions, I think we can say this with confidence. The wounds Mukuro sustained all over her body are what ultimately killed her.
Mukuro's fatal injury has been added to the shoot bowl section of your handbook.
But if that's what killed her, then does that mean she's really been dead for who knows how long?
That's exactly what it means. When we found her body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night?
This was last night?
Makoto, you said you were
This is all the same
attacked in
day?
your room by a masked assailant.
What are you talking about? This dude was unconscious for like 24 hours after he fell inside this stinking pit.
If Mukuro had already been dead for several days, certainly it couldn't have been her. So who was it that attacked you?
You're the other one who attacked me. I can't think of anybody else. It was Mukuro. No? Okay.
I got it!
The mastermind.
The one who attacked me was the true mastermind. When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the same mask, I naturally assumed she must have been the one who attacked me. But I was wrong. It wasn't her at all. It was the mastermind.
What are you laughing at?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just getting a little impatient sitting here listening. I think I'm gonna jump in. Let's start off with a nice, easy question. Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just that, right? An assumption. You can't really know who was under that mask, can you? I mean, that's the whole point of a mask. The true identity of the masked attacker is Mukuro Ikusaba. At least, that's what I think. Do you have any evidence that might convince me otherwise?
No, there's no way Mukuro was the one who attacked me. Even if I didn't see their face. Kerchink! Mukuro had a very obvious Fenrir tattoo comparing him back to the masked attacker. Should be obvious. Was it on her right hand? A lot of people found the 5. Does the vial actually detail
You never saw their face,
the tattoo?
right?
Or do I have to copy it? It's a dialogue. With the copy piece of dialogue, gotcha.
So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba.
You're wrong. Even without seeing their face, there's another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right hand? Or the left hand? Maybe the right foot? Or perhaps the left foot? Or could it be the hips?
Yes, I got the copy.
You never saw
Right hand.
their face, right? So you can't have any idea who I'm
Telling you now.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Mukuro had a tattoo on her right hand, if I remember correctly. A representation of Fenrir. In other words, a wolf tattoo. But I saw the right hand of the person who attacked me.
As they brandished their weapon.
And there was no such tattoo. So there's no way the person behind the mask was Mukuro.
Yeah, well, okay. You got me. I guess it wasn't her. But that still doesn't prove that it was me. It could have been, you know, someone else, right?
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I all have solid alibis for that entire night.
Yeah, we were in the gym tearing you apart, so it could have been any of us.
Oh, okay, sure. It couldn't have been any of you. But what about Kyoko? It totally could have been her. Uh-oh, no snappy comeback. Did I score a bullseye?
If you insist, I don't mind showing you.
Huh? Show me what?
What do you think? I'll show you the one thing that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it wasn't me.
Everyone can say anything, it's her hands. Kyoko was removing her gloves.
Your hands!
Without thinking, he let out a gasp. It was more than just a little burned skin.
Awful, isn't it? It happened when I was first learning to be a detective. I was inexperienced.
I thought you didn't want anyone to see those scars.
If it means we get another step closer to unmasking the mastermind, it doesn't really bother me.
Kyoko seemed to savor the words as she said them. Put her gloves back on.
My scars should suffice as proof. Makoto, did the person who attacked you have scars like mine?
No, not at all. I'm positive.
Then this much has been made clear. There can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true mastermind.
This is just awful! On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I do hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Not at all. You can say whatever you want.
Sure, as long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? But I'm not cornered just yet. Because if you haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
That's true. All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
On the contrary, we don't know anything other than that.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about. I promise you, without a doubt, she died after our little killing game began here.
Then somehow she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
And after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right? Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
If she was, she would have been totally decomposed. Just like your brain.
Then, she was being stored somewhere?
You can't snap at somebody there, Toko, and not have your words solidified in. You gotta
To just store it somewhere?
get it out there. There's only one place. I get it, you have a stutter. Can't think of anywhere else a body could have been stored.
I got it! Mukuro's body was probably kept hidden in the biolab.
Biolab? You
So
mean
you go at somebody like that,
floor?
stutter on like the actual, like the snap, and then be like, "Today, Junior."
That's right. It's actually
Did I
set
kinda
up
just
for
do it?
use as a morgue.
Maybe.
So it's the perfect place to hide
It had a little
body,
accent to Junior, and it came out
it'd
as
keep the
Junior,
body
but
preserved at the same time.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof.
the proof that shows the body was carried from the biolab to the garden. Something that made its way from biolab to the garden. The tarp.
I got it! What makes me so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is the tarp that we found in the garden. When I was checking it over again, I noticed something. I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Oh, it says biolab.
Holy cow! How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
Tiny?
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab. In fact, there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in. Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the coat on it afterwards.
Wow, you made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
But that's just a wild guess. Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
Worked up?
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous. Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room, isn't it?
Are you talking about unmasking the mastermind?
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency. One so major it can't be overlooked.
An inconsistency in the biolab. What you be talking about? All of the lights.
I can't hear you. La 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 la.
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
I need to pull myself together and think. The inconsistency in the biolab could you be talking about?
Hey, by the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
What one thing?
What do you think I'm talking about? Your family.
What?
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message. So what do you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
Bro, I never met them. I don't care.
Why are you bringing that up now?
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family? Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Need to calm down. Can't let him get to me. Saying that because he knows we're getting close to the truth of the biolab. So I want him to shut up. Need to expose the inconsistency and slam him with it. The inconsistency has to be the one area where the numbers just don't match up. Dun, 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 dun. Are we doing rhythm? Oh, frick, man.
Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible! What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible!
Is there a cycle?
I'm not listening!
This should prove it.
This should prove it. Ook, 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 ook. Ding.
Consistency Hyoko's talking about is the lights.
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue. And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that
We've been playing
means
this
there's a
game for like
body
2
in
months
that
now.
slot.
3 months? I don't think I tell you the order of how people died. I want to say it went Sayaka, Funko, quote unquote. Leon executed. Then was it Chiro? I thought that was chapter 3, but I might be wrong. No, that was chapter 2. So Chiro, then Mondo. That's 5. Then it went. I forget the serious dude's name. The bro. You know the one I'm talking about. 6. Fumi. Then Celeste. Sakura. Then it would be Makuma? I forget her name. So that'll be 10
Well,
bodies.
I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in. And there were only 9.
Why does
I think those
that
are the right
matter?
order,
You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
brother.
I got it! 10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Suspicious? Why?
That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
As you're right, this is the key to solving this mystery. Sayaka died first. I just did this. And it was Funko, quote unquote. Then it was Leon. Was I right? Then it was Shiro. Then Mondo. Then the dude's name I forget. Taka and Hifumi. Celeste. hit by a fire truck. I remember that. Little fire truck. Sakura. And then, Mukuro. Right her name.
So 10 people in all?
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious. But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
I got it! The mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her. And yet, her body was left alone.
Then, whose body disappeared?
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
But if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
Reason there are less bodies than murders. Explanation for more murders than victims. Why is that? Why would it take for that to make sense?